We have a challenge, leave alone the Waqf which are under our jurisdiction, but the whole of the country Waqfs are not registered, even with the Waqf which are under our jurisdiction. You know, there are a number of Waqf which are private and Waqf Khairi which are not registered with us. That's all because of the confidence, and people, you know, they lost that confidence. But we tried actually having awareness programs, speaking to people. At least now, you know, we have a TV Waqf online TV, so that we educate, and we managed to visit most of our properties in Mombasa, in Lamu, in Malindi, and we try to make documentary, speaking to to our imams, because Waqf Commission, it is not based on the constitution or based on the act. It's not for the whole mosques, but we have around 25 mosques which are being supervised by us, you know, giving stipends and a little amount to the imams and muadhin and maintaining of those mosques. So every trustee of the property, the subject of a Waqf, shall, within 2 months from the date of the making of the Waqf, apply to the Waqf commissioners to register. This is how supposed, you know, the Waqf commissioner to be, or the Waqf to be registered, but this is not happening. Another thing which is related to administration of Waqf property, it is intentions of the maker, Waqif, unlawful or uncertainable. So there is also surplus after fulfilling the intentions of the maker. That's in section 16(2). Another thing, unclaimed property of Muslims. This is another issue which actually is one of the things I've been following up. You know, the brainchild. You know, there is need to give the commission powers to ask the administrator or the public trustee to hand over, you know, the section 18(1). This is related to unclaimed property. The section says that any Muslim who died without anyone who to inherit, the Muslim in Kenya is supposed the wealth to go to the unclaimed property. But unfortunately, we have never received anything. I joined Waqf and we started following up. Even before Ramadan, we went to meet the public, unclaimed asset authority, to speak to them and come up with terms, because I've realized we have around 3 billion Kenya shillings of Muslims who they left their wealth, and it's under the supervision of public trustee. This is one of the reasons. The limitation period of 12 years contains the Islamic law position. You know, that's also one of the things, and the Islamic law, different opinions based on that. So these are some of the sections we managed to change them. Some concerns: nationwide application that is supposed to be done, inclusion of all Muslims, an effective and efficient Waqf Commission, you know, as Sheikh Ibrahim Lodome mentioned, minimal government control. It has to be not like before, responsibility, accountability, and transparency. These are the things we are trying. You know, for the first time, for instance, in the Waqf Commission, we did the audit. It has never happened before, but we did audit, and we have information of all the accounts, what is supposed to be, and this is part of the accountability and transparency. People can come and view and know what we are doing. Take into consideration the current realities, things which are current. Some challenges, you know, apart from those who have been mentioned, some of the challenges which have been mentioned by the challenges mentioned by some of the mentioned by Sheikh Lidome. You'll see that there are issues which are related to the structure, application limited to only the coast province, and you can see that the act says that, and also definition of a Muslim, who is a Muslim. Commission intended to be independent, but in reality state controlled. You know, those are some of the issues. Lack of effective and efficient management structures, lack of control of the Waqf properties, no inventory of Waqf properties. Although for the first time we have started, that's why way forward we have developed the inventory, and we are working at the moment to have all the titles to be scanned and have them, attached to the donors, so that when you type donor, it will come a title deed, a Waqf deed, and where the Waqf it can be found. So these are some of the things which we are doing, and we have been working very hard with my staff, at least, to make sure these applications are done. So these are some of the work which we are doing. We also planning to do a mapping. It's one of the reasons, the things we are also developing, so that it can be more presentable and people can understand, where to get the Waqf, and be vigilant, so that the Waqf properties cannot get lost or dilapidated, or to be, disappear from the inventory or from the areas, as it had happened several times, during, former, before independence. And another thing is underutilization of work properties and evaluation, and also this issue has been mentioned by Sheikh Lidome. No new Awqaf registered for a long time, although it used to be, but Alhamdulillah, since I joined, I registered several Waqf properties, though that's through giving awareness program, civic education, and even during the month of Ramadan, this month on 20th April, we registered a new concept of Waqf, which is a cash Waqf, Waqf of Muhammad bin Mbarak al-Mazrui. This is a cash Waqf, a new concept of Awqaf of cash, and many people now are interested to introduce that, although it's insensitive. But we're encouraging for those who don't have immovable assets to have this kind of Awqaf, which has been a Waqf which has been introduced. This Waqf, the history of this cash Waqf is backdated in 1954 during the Ottoman Empire, and Alhamdulillah, by around there's some years back, around they established a Waqf bank even in Turkey, and according to the Majma' al-Fiqh al-Islami International Fiqh Academy, based in Saudi Arabia, in 2004 they come up with a iftar, with a ruling that it's valid to do the cash Waqf, which is based on movable assets such as an-nuqud, money, or a-dhahab, even, or a silver, and other movable assets. So at least that is one of the achievement we have done so far, inshallah. The other thing, some of the challenges, as we said, composition and appointment of commissioners by government, criteria of appointment of commissioners, and as it has been mentioned or highlighted by Sheikh Lidome, no involvement of the community in the appointment and affairs of the commission. So we are trying now at least to involve the community. We have been in touch with the donors as well as the beneficiaries. At least we see how we can collaborate and educate them, because the mindset of most of the Kenyans, when you mention about Waqf, it's a free thing. Waqf is cheap. Waqf, it's something which has no value. So we are trying at least to educate the community. Community does not appreciate importance of the institution. Some do not even know it exists. We have that challenge, but we're trying at least to address the misconception so that people could understand. Powers to take over administration of mismanaged Awqaf, Section 12. Need for trustees to make periodic returns to the commission, that's in Section 13. Penalty for failure to comply with Section 14. Sanctioning of contracts pertaining to Waqf property. So these are some of the new information which were added in those stakeholders meeting, or in those new amendments, which inshallah by the grace of Allah within this year it will be applicable, although we expect challenges of many things because of its presentation. Another thing is the properties under Waqf Commission of Kenya. As I said, there is Waqf Dhurri and Waqf Khairi. Waqf Dhurri that's a private waqf, and waqf khairi is around 97%. That's a waqf khairi, which is a public one. A waqf dhuri, you can say it's also waqf mukhtalat, which is no, it's not a waqf mukhtalat. Waqf al mukhtalat is a combination between waqf dhuri and waqf khairi, although we don't have that in Kenya. But it's something which we are trying also to introduce someone to have these two concepts of the awqaf, because of the khairi and ahli, but we join them to be a comparative one between the waqf khairi as well as a waqf dhurri. Summary of the properties under Waqf Commission of Kenya. We have waqf location in Mombasa, Malindi, Lamu, and if the new act is ascended, then it's being after signing, then waqf will be 47 counties. At the moment, it's more on these 3 counties: Mombasa, Malindi, Lamu. Waqf donors in Mombasa is 37, properties 210. Masjid, we have 15. Cemetery, we have 10. In Malindi, we have around waqf donors 17, properties 110, masjid 9, cemetery 3. Lamu, we have waqf donors around 7, their properties around 14, masjid 5, and cemetery we don't have. So the total is 61 donors or waqif, and 334 properties, 29 masjid, and cemetery 13. So you can see the donors, and alhamdulillah at the moment we have increased. This is based on what we had around since last year, but now alhamdulillah we have few donors, few waqif which I've noticed and I've experienced, and we are trying at least to make a number of awareness so that people could have that essence of understanding. And you can see the management of awqaf, the Waqf Commissioners. We have properties, we have masajid, and we have cemeteries. These are under the Waqf Commission. We are trying at least in future to have even the additional of the registered cash waqf or al waqf and naqdi, which we registered last few weeks, and alhamdulillah we'll see its application, and encouraging many Muslims to join and do that. We have SWOT analysis of Waqf Commission of Kenya and its prospects. Strength is potential, strong administration, elaborate governance structure, professional commissioners, willing Muslim benevolence, people who can give more, strong asset base. Weaknesses, resource mismanagement, weak record of commission assets. But this also we are improving to have proper recording. As I have mentioned, that issues of inventory, issue of having online programs. At the moment, we have we have Zurilis. That's a Waqf Zurilis, where most of the information now will be paperless. The information, getting money or taking the fees, it will be more on online compared to what we are doing at the moment. Pricing assets at lower than market values, that's the weakness. Improper record, of course, but this weakness we are trying to improve, because we have started writing to those who have leased our properties, and trying to increase. Most of the challenges are from the people who have leased, not the commission, because people have that attitude that Waqf properties are free, and or Waqf properties are cheap, and and that's the reason we get people coming to us. They say we hear that there are new, properties which are cheaper compared to other places, but now we are trying to have whatever comes into our desk now, it is based on the current market. We won't accept anything which is lesser than that. Opportunities, initiation of poverty alleviation programs, initiation of health schemes, initiation of bursary programs, initiation of widow support programs, opportunity to attract stronger global partners, use of Islamic finance to come up with innovative solutions to attract support, the same way as it is happening in Malaysia, as the Bank Islam has done. This can also be applicable. We are collaborating with the Islamic banks in Kenya, and we are very close. And alhamdulillah, all our accounts are under the Sharia compliant, and the Islamic banking concept or perspective. Realization of higher revenues. Threats: internal madahib, sectoral differences. Another threat is monopolization of work benefits to a section of the ummah. يعني كي لا يكون دولة بين الأغنياء منكم, so that it cannot be prescribed to certain people. Inequitable distribution of management positions of the Waqf Secretariat. Legal issues of the assets under management. Inequitable distribution of service providers to the commission. Lack of succession plan. So these are some of the things. What is our approach policy? Alhamdulillah, it has been held by Professor Yahya and Professor Amadi Boga. These are the legal legislation for the approach. We see Sheikh Lidome, who was one of the contributor, as well as Dr. Bakari, and Sakshaloul framework, Abdullah Khair, Yumangao and Zubair. These are the committees which were formed so that to spearhead the task force, which really played a very big role in realization of what we have now, inshallah, the future Waqf bill, which will be positive in alleviation, in poverty alleviation, as well as coming up with structures which will be for sustainability as for intergenerational leadership succession. Research previous documents attempts, case studies of other countries, especially in India. This what has been conducted. Public hearings, which has been done North Nairobi, Nyanza, Western Coast, Eastern Rift Valley, Central. Meeting with Islamic political leaders, MP and senators. Meeting with the Legal Committee of Parliament. Use of print and electronic media, Friday Bulletin, social media platform, to come up with all this, document. Those were the process which were done thoroughly. And alhamdulillah, jazallahu khaira for all who did, this noble work. And in recent, inshallah, months or few weeks, maybe we'll be realizing the new, act of Parliament, which is a social, economic empowerment of Muslim youth, Muslim ummah, together with the other act, which is an act of Chief Qadi's Court, which is act, the act chapter 10 of judicial act, chapter 10 of judicial, article 170 of Constitution of Kenya.